we know so many people just by face.
Yes.
We see them, we go,
Yes.
oh, hey, how you going? How's your partner? But then you say the name, we're like, and
Relatively, yes.
Yes.
he
Yeah.
looks good in a harness.
Yeah. Oh, he looks great in
Oh,
harness.
you may request to remain anonymous. Some people, that's literally a life-saving thing for them. And what are your pronouns?
He, him, and that guy.
How came out? I was in my 50s.
Wow.
Reese.
Well, all right, late 40s. I was married 2 times. I have 3 wonderful children and 3 wonderful grandchildren. And during my second marriage, I, s- I was getting these feelings of experimenting. And I read his bio, and everything in the bio was so similar. His call name was JJCT, and my name is Jay. And I went into his bio, and I see that his name is Jay, which he'll explain to you about that. And we had so many similarities. He was married, I was married. He had kids, I had kids.
My ex-wife tried to kill me.
Food poisoning, and he couldn't make it.
I guess when I was brought up, I always noticed the guys and watching the guys and hanging out with the guys. But I just thought it was an unwritten rule that we all look, admire, and measure and all that kind of stuff. I thought that it was just kind of a men's unwritten rule that it's okay to look, but you don't say anything. It's okay to check each other out, but you don't talk about it. Let's just get everybody together. And then one weekend we're with the family, the other weekend we're just us.
Go to this place in New York called the Dugout. And when
Yeah.
you go there, you're going to see everybody that looks just like you. We're discovering ourselves, discovering bears, discovering the hanky codes and all those things back then.
I was just in there and exploring around, and I was like, "Oh, Bears for Bears, that's interesting." And I clicked on it, and then that was that. Yes, because I'm gay, and it just came out without thinking. I just said it.
That's how our gayness began.
Well, it began long before that, but some say even in vertebrate.
I'm not ready for that yet, but thank you for the
Yeah.
offer.
Yeah. 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 That does sound like Jerry Springer, rather.
Yeah.
It looks like he's going to get, big Hollywood money. So he may be flying everybody out to LA for the interviews.
We said that we should have made a senior citizen community for the gays.
Someone said to me, "You're such a bear,"
Mhm.
and for whatever it was, it stuck in my head. And just before meeting Jay, just before joining this other group and trying to figure out who and what I was, I did the whole Google and brought up bear. And like the fourth or fifth or sixth thing down, there was this thing called bear roulette. And when I noticed that the sun was coming up, I was like, oh my God, what did I? We saw an ad on Facebook for people to apply to be in this movie called Bear City. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting. And I sent in our photographs and filled out a little bio. And then we got a message back saying, you're in, you're accepted. I'm sunk because I don't have enough money to finish the film.
Mhm.
We brainstormed and we came up with a couple of ideas to raise funds to try to get the movie finished.
I wanted to do it for the community, and I wanted to do it for our friendship with Doug, because this was his dream. This is what he wanted, and we liked that dream, and we wanted that dream too. We didn't do it because we were like, oh my God, we're going to be millionaires or whatever. No, we did it because we believed in it.
We were overwhelmed with the people giving us examples of how that mirrored their life or that mirrored that conversation or that mirrored, and it was just it was crazy.
He's signing us up to do a photo shoot nude. Now, I'm not a nudie. I'm
Uh,
not, I'm just not. But we went and we did it. I mean, with 400 people, heterosexual, bisexual, gay, and we were all hundreds of us laying all around.
He wants to do a Bear City shoot.
Right.
okay.
And I said, not right now. I said, but I'll think about it.
I think the bear culture was important because everyone needs, for some reason, needs to start off with labels. And so they needed to be a label for all those kind of misfits.
You could be a 400-pound bear. You could be a 500-pound bear. You could be a 100-pound bear. I've seen guys that if they took off their beard and they shaved all their hair, they could become a twink.
Okay.
But they're a bear.
We then started getting approached by people that basically told us, "You saved my life."
Yeah.
Because being from Tennessee, being from, Memphis, being from, we didn't know that we had a place, kind of thing.
We try to incorporate everyone into the movie because everybody has a place, and that's our main point for everything.
Yeah.
Till today, I mean, we have people all over the world that come and visit us. They come from Japan. They come from, again, Austria, Spain. We've had them all here. They all come here. They're all welcome here. And that's our joy that we got out of making these movies.
And at the time, it was October.
Oh.
We did reshoots there. A lot of the scenes that you'll see, there'll be snippets of scenes, and this is October, and these guys have their shirts off and but you can always tell because their nipples are fully erect.
We couldn't have made the movies without the community, all the communities that helped us along the way and had their names put in the movies or had their pictures put in their movies or a loved one in the movies that we
In
we gave.
remembrance.
So I mean our credits in our movies are longer than the movies.
That's how we paid for it.
Yeah. Me being okay, I felt that it was my responsibility to go to my wife and say to her, hey, this is what the story is, before she heard it from someone other than me.
I used to do same-sex ballroom dancing. I don't think, Les, you knew that. I took 6
No.
years on and off of same-sex ballroom dance. And I danced with a guy for a long time, many classes with him. And he was married to a woman.
We got divorced because we didn't get along. So when we got divorced, I had two girls and a son. And when he told him, he's like, and Andrew, he looked at him and he said, yeah, but you're still my dad. Right. And he says, of course. And he says, but that's all that matters.
Our official archival home is going to be the Leather Archives and Museum in Chicago. Our website and our YouTube channel, et cetera, are our collection point for.
I took 2 semesters of ballroom dancing when I was a high school exchange student in Germany. So anytime you need to brush up, I'm available. Thank you guys very much. This has been a really wonderful interview and kind of, going kind of off into, down the side roads. I mean, that's like where a lot of the richness is.
If it wasn't for electrolysis, I'd be a bear. Why does everyone call me daddy?